Hey guys, it's Marshall Tingle with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of April 23rd through the 29th. So we're back up to par for where we need to be run-wise. We've sold 21,417 head of cattle across the state of Kentucky. That's back up to par for where we should be. Last week we were down. We sold 18,000 and change. That was down just a little bit, but you know, you had your weather going on, but these numbers are back up. Now, what's the biggest change that I did see this past week? You're starting to see some buyer selectivity on these lighter weight calves, both steers and heifers. You know, with all this weather change going on, it's cold, it's windy, it's rainy, and then it's back hot. We all know the stress and predicament it puts on those little light fleshy balling calves, and I think that's where you're seeing some buyer selectivity this week. So your steer cattle under 550 pounds, we're going to call them unevenly steady, two lower to two higher. Now your heifers, we're going to call them steady to two lower on your heifer cattle. So that's just going to show on those lightweights. Now, both steers and heifers did see an increase once they got over that 550 pound mark. So your steers over 550, I'm going to call them $2 to $6 higher. Heifers over 550, $2 to $4 higher. And I think a lot of it is you're just starting to get a little bit harder calf once you get to that size. More than likely, they're going to be preconditioned, weaned, have some round of shots in them, and just be more turnout ready, so to speak, than some of these little lighter, fleshier balling calves. But at the same time, you know, as high as these prices are, you can't really blame those cow-calf guys for selling them, marketing their cattle so much lighter. I mean, there's just so much money there to be made with these higher prices. It's just kind of the deal you've got to take right now, and that's where your buyers are being more selective on the deal. Now, your yearlings this past week, unevenly steady. We saw some outstanding highs, but then you also saw some lowers on your averages. So let's talk about this real fast. So back to your feeder cattle, lightweight feeder steers. We did finally break $3 on your full-weight steer cattle. So your full-weight steer cattle this week, 190 to 302.5. I'd say as an average, though, you're going to be right there at that 235 to 245 mark on those full-weight steers. Now, your 5-weight steer cattle this week, 193 to 207. Again, right there on your average, I want to call them right around 240. You're going to be a more tight, consistent 240 as an average as a whole on your 5-weight steers than what we have been seeing. Let's talk about these loads now. Get ready for some of these. We have way far surpassed the CME feeder cattle index on a few of these sets. So let's talk about this one big standout set. Might have been the highest in the nation. We even saw them on Corbett Wall. Outstanding trade on set of steers. The top two sets now. Here's your first set. Here's 244 head of steers. All blacks, all level back, just as good as they could be. 817 pounds on the average. $2.12. That's an outstanding astronomical trade on an 8-weight steer right now. That's a really good sign. Now, here's another set right behind them. Here's 59 head of all black steers as well. 827 pounds on the average at 208.90. So running right there on the coattails of them. Both of those numbers far surpassed the CME feeder cattle index by at least $6 to $7 all day long. That's a really good sign. Now, here's another set just compared to, here's your Charolais set, just to give you a comparison of your blacks from your Charolais. Another outstanding set of steers. Saw them myself. Here's 62 head of steers. These are all Charolais crosses, 867 pounds on the average, $1.95. So that's just going to give you just a quick comparison on what your all blacks are trading compared to your stuff with some color or just a straight Charolais load. Now, here's the one I'm going to close off with. Here's 61 head of all blacks, 853 pounds on the average, 198.10. So that's where you're getting your unevenly steady part from on these cattle. I'd say there's a lot of cattle traded. These highs are really, really high, but there were several loads of these 8-weight steers, both lights and heavies, trading that $1.89 to $1.95 range. So that's just kind of what you're looking like on your 8-weight steers right now. Your really, really fancy high performance type cattle, they're really trading at a extreme premium right now. That's just to say the least on them. Now, let's talk about what your CME feeder cattle index has done. So CME feeder cattle index has been pretty steady for the week. Start off with Monday the 24th. CME was 201.26. Tuesday the 25th, 201.31. By the time Wednesday the 26th came around, 202.41. Now, we did see a little bit of a gain here on Thursday. Thursday the 27th, 203.20, and then closed out the week Friday the 28th at 201.81. So pretty much steady, I'd call them. You did see a little bit of a peak there on Thursday, but pretty much steady on your CME feeder cattle index. Now, like I said, there's ever a time to invest in the LRP policy, now would be the time. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to the guys at Superior Ag Insurance. Call Ian Thomas. It's Ian Thomas, 859-613-2453, or call Adam Shoemaker, 859-338-4116. Check them out on the web, www.superioragins.com. As always, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you soon.